Thank you all for joining our 13th day of the 100-day High Performance Entrepreneur Series. Dream big, aim high, start small. Dream big, aim high, start small. Start very small that it's very easy for you to focus on. Just focus on one thing that is going to bring in a huge impact, and that can be scaled and made the next unicorn. Yes, we are here to come to 1 million, sorry, it's 100 million entrepreneurs around the world. We are doing this session for 100 days with lots of knowledge what startups, entrepreneurs, and solopreneurs need. And today is the topic which I love, procrastination. And I do it a lot. And I'll tell you one thing, you need to study to procrastinate. And I'm a master in it. So let me hear from the speakers, like, do we need to love procrastination or not? For taking the day forward, we have a champion, I would tell, or my coach in communication, the lady businesswoman, Jyotika Shetty. Not telling more, the floor is yours, Jyotika.
Thank you very much, Kabir. Thank you. Well, let me begin by saying that you're not the only one in procrastination. You have friends here with you, and let's shake hands, all right? Thank you very much, Kabir. Talking about procrastination, you're probably thinking that you need qualification for that. The good news is everyone is qualified to procrastinate. But let's see how much can you procrastinate in this particular journey that we are going to take for the next 1 hour. So, what are we doing today? This is a part of the high performance entrepreneurs series that we're doing, and we're so glad to bring in so many different topics that helps entrepreneurs in their journey. And procrastination is one of them, because understanding your behavior and modifying your behavior on the go is something that we entrepreneurs must learn to do, because that's the only way you can grow in your business. So today we're talking about this burning topic called as procrastination, which is a common behavioral phenomena that many people experience at some point in their lives. I have done it many times, and I am a human at the end of the day, and I do that quite often. However, the awareness helps me to get the best out of me by controlling the procrastination effect. Now, procrastination affects people from all walks of life and can manifest in various forms, from students delaying their assignments to professionals putting off critical work tasks. Despite it being seemingly counterproductive, procrastination can be a powerful and perplexing force. As we embark on this journey, we aim to shed light on the intricacies of procrastination, understanding why we procrastinate, what happens during these procrastination sessions, and how it impacts our lives. However, our mission is not just to unravel the complexities of procrastination, but also to provide valuable insights and strategies to break free from this grip, or from the grip of procrastination. We will explore the practical techniques as well, such as time management and various other approaches that can help you navigate through this particular habit called procrastination. We have with us an individual who's quite well versed in this particular aspect. In fact, she has much more knowledge in this as well as the other areas, because she is the founder of Destination Workplace, which is a training and consultancy firm in Dubai. Her firm specializes in creating wholesome and meaningful workplaces. It basically focuses on the human side of business. As people thrive, business thrives, right? You need to internally thrive within yourself in order for your business to thrive. And that's exactly what she does. She comes from a pharmaceutical background and she's a leadership and management coach as well. She's also a life coach. She can shed light on this particular aspect much more, that giving us much more takeaway in this particular session. She's in the UAE for the past 15 years, and helping people has been her passion. Let me welcome, and please, with a virtual round of applause, let us welcome our speaker for today, Prasita Nair. A warm welcome, Prasita, to our forum today.
Thank you so much, Jyotika. I mean, it's such a. I'm hearing your voice, such energetic voice. If I was thinking of procrastinating, but listening to your voice,
I'm always on a high, high without any without
that's
any support, but I'm always
yeah.
on a high,
No, no,
right?
that's what we really need. It's just a nice start. It's just a nice start. Yeah.
Yes. So welcome, Prasita. Now we also have Jasir Alavi here. Jasir Alavi is a fantastic human being. He's a one person that you can rely on if you're looking for for to build your brand on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a place which helps us thrive in our business. But when you have the right strategies, you do it much better. But to do that, you need experts in the field, and this is one man who gets you there. So, welcome, Jasir Alavi. He will also be moderating the session with me.
Thank you so much, Jyotika. Glad to be here with you again.
All right. So, before I hand over the session to you, Jasir, for some questions that you can ask, let us just find out what exactly is procrastination. So, I'd like to call upon Prasita to understand. Prasita, let's please shed some light on what is procrastination, and if you have a personal story of yours that you can share with us.
Yeah, sure, Jyotika. See, basically, procrastination is something that we keep on delaying, right? It could be some actions, it could be some decisions from our side, but we are putting something off for the later, which we should be actually doing now. So, that would be like kind of a definition for procrastination. And if you ask me, people rather see procrastination as laziness, right? But you cannot actually equate procrastination to laziness, because there are different other aspects to why people procrastinate in different domains of their life. So as Kabir, and as you rightly said, even I guess somewhere I'm also a master in procrastination along with masters in pharmacy. So life, but again, life has but the trick here is to understand. How far you have procrastinated things in life. Are you just procrastinating just a few things here and there, or are you setting off things which actually could shape your life, which could actually take a toll on your progress? That is what we need to really understand. So if I have to share my personal thing about procrastination, I've been procrastinating like in different areas, as I mentioned, but of late, I caught procrastination on its ears in terms of my weight loss journey, because many a times there is a lot of gap in knowing and doing. I'm sure you agree with that. And I know there are diets, I know there are there's a lot on lifestyle that has to do on your health, and running your blood sugar tests and the routine blood work, and getting to know that things are around the boundary line. You're somewhere kind of relaxed, that yeah, so things are under control. But then when you think about the adversities that would happen if I don't take a check, say in like coming 5 years, I'm not taking the blood work says the same, or it goes a little haywire, then what would be the impact? How would it impact my life, my energy, my family, my professional life? So what I want to start saying here is procrastination can be understood if you understand the impact the procrastination, the thing that you're procrastinating, has on your life.
Absolutely. Without understanding what is the cause and effect, I think it is very difficult to make any changes going forward. Right,
True,
Prasita?
true,
Yes.
true, Jyotika. Yeah.
All right. I'd now like to hand over the stage to Jasir. So, Jasir, could you please ask the questions that you have?
Right. So I have a lot of questions regarding procrastination. I've been for a lot part of my life. I've procrastinated on many things. making decisions. Basically, that like you said, some of them do take a toll on your life and your future. And I've seen some of those decisions that or actions that I procrastinated on, how it has shaped my later years in my life. So, why do people procrastinate? What makes them? I know there are a lot of reasons, but what is your experience, Prasida?
I think basically it's about the pleasure gap, do you really enjoy the task that you're doing? Or for example, if I have A and B in front of me, A would be cleaning up my room, and B would be watching Netflix series. I would rather prefer B because B is something that gives me pleasure, right? So pleasure gap definitely plays a huge role. And again, if I'm not able to I understand that if I kind of procrastinate the particular thing for a period of time, it would be just a temporary relief from not doing that task in my life. But again, if I have to understand the impact and what will happen to what kind of stress that I'm going to experience if I keep on procrastinating that particular thing, it will be easy for me not to procrastinate.
Right. And people do it in many areas of their life, right? So, and life and work um, I think you're now into workplace, destination workplace. So, uh, how is it in the workplace? Like, how do you find procrastination? How does that happen? Is it something that some workplaces like unknowingly get people to do? Is there some way that you can hack it?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Because at workplaces, in a workplace, we are all bunch of people with different individual traits, and I believe every person, is a procrastinator somewhere, right? So we bring all those human traits to job as well. So once we are together, if you can classify the workplace procrastination, it could be something like spending your valuable work time on Google or on social media, being online present, right? So or at the same time, it could be also just procrastinating your task and being around the coffee machine and spending time with your friends, and just because that you're not interested in doing the task, or the task there's a lot of psychological reasons also behind when it comes to procrastination. Actually, it could be a lot of pressure of self expectations from yourself. It could be fear of failure. It could be the fear of unknown and all these things. So different factors add up to why people procrastinate at work on an individual level. Also, if you talk about a workplace procrastination, it ends up in what kind of a culture exists in the workplace. Like I'm not saying procrastination shouldn't be monitored. People should be monitored, but again, if you are micromanaged and if you don't have the freedom and accountability for your job, then again, people they are physically present there, they are available, but then they just try to do the task that gives them a certain level of satisfaction. And I'm sure you must have heard about the recent buzzwords like quiet quitting and quiet firing, wherein bosses they just don't care about what people do, they just wait for people to leave, and the employees at the same time, they keep on doing things that are, they feel that 8 to 5, if my job is, I will do this much amount of work, and they procrastinate the other the main chunk of work for the next day or the next week. Why? Because they don't have that sense of belonging and the sense of a connection to the job that they are doing. So if you see procrastination at a workplace, there are several reasons that would vary from the individual's human traits, the individual's interest towards the job, the individual's connection to the job, and as well as how the workplace treats an individual to reach his or her fullest potential.
Right, right. So, just let me just ask the audience if they want to participate. Please raise your hands. Kabir will bring you up. You can share your experiences and ask questions. You can learn from each other. Coming back and do follow each other as well, because this is all part of our networking opportunities that LinkedIn gives us. So, coming back to procrastination. Like there are many consequences of procrastination. Like you said, there are different kinds of procrastinations, and some are some really take a toll on our life. So what are the consequences that when you explain it to somebody that you should, we start making them aware about the consequences? Does that help in building habits to overcome it? And if yes, like how, what do you explain to them?
Yeah, I mean, see, the first step of understanding procrastination is, see, every person, let me be very honest, every person who procrastinates, at the end of the day, there is a lot of, somewhere a guilt and somewhere a sense of, a failure that, I'm not doing what I'm expected to do in this particular domain of my life. So it should begin with something called as, you have to come out from that victim mindset. You don't have to feel like a victim, you don't have to feel like a failure, because you are an individual at the end of the time, and you cannot be perfect in all areas of life. I have seen people who are great in time management, but then again they face issues in handling tasks when it comes to procrastination. I've also seen people who manage so many different things at the same time, and hence they procrastinate things. So again, it's about, when you boil it down, it comes to self awareness, right? You have to first move from that victim mindset. You have to be very kind to yourself, and you have to be aware of why you have been procrastinating. You have to find a reason as to why you like to put that particular task off for some time, or a long period of time. And then you have to understand, again, as I say again, everything boils down to the impact of not doing that task now, impact of or what positive would happen in my life if I do that task now. So it's about understanding, and it's about knowing the impact of the task.
Right,
So
right.
I have a question here, Prasita.
Yeah.
You rightfully mentioned that it's about understanding the task. So what I have personally realized is that when something that I don't understand is on hand, I tend to procrastinate. So I feel somewhere procrastination is also associated with you being good or not being good, or you understanding something or you're not understanding something. So I think having clarity about something also is important, isn't it? Is it linked with each other? That human nature is that you do things what you are best at. You excel and you thrive in what you feel that you're good at. But the moment something is difficult, we tend to push that. Especially it happens with students, right?
Pretty
So
much. Yeah.
right. So is it true that when we are not good, when I don't understand something, we tend to procrastinate more?
Absolutely, because that's what I mentioned. It's about the fear of the unknown. It's about the fear of making mistakes. It's about fear of failure, or fear, or the feeling that maybe I'm not good enough in doing that particular thing, or probably I'm not exposed to the needful resources that I should have to perform that particular task in a better way.
Right, right. So I have a question for Kabir now. Kabir, you mentioned earlier when you were opening the session that, Kabir, are you there?
Yes, yes, Ravi.
All right. You mentioned that you procrastinate quite efficiently, you said. right? So, what are your main triggers when it comes to procrastination?
Uh, I thought you got it wrong. I enjoy procrastination. That's what I told. So,
Sorry, what did you
so,
say?
so I enjoy procrastination. That's what
So
I
I
told.
said you do it quite efficiently, isn't it?
Yeah. So now, see, everything, when you take anything of procrastination, it all boils down to one simple thing, that is a discipline and knowing what you want to do. So for this, what I do is that I wanted to make a list daily, evening and a daily morning at least. So now I'm doing an event in this high performance entrepreneurship. Early morning, 5 o'clock, I write down and I like write down my tasks. So there is an event going on. So whoever all has attended, they know that. Now I'll tell you why I made that event. Because I procrastinate a lot that I know I have to do it that at time, but there is no accountability for that. Now I made an event at 5 a.m. and I'm making everyone to sit and write, and I'm also sitting and writing. So accountability is another thing which would take you out of it. And when you do it consistently, then you can start implementing uh, the strategies how to come out of it. So the first step is to build a habit, that is 21 days. So in this 100 days of entrepreneurship journey, we are keeping this free for everyone. Morning, if you get up at 5 a.m., you can see, and there is a lot of people now daily doing it, and I get a comment back from them. See, it is my third day. uh, I'm able to do a lot of things. The problem is that usually everything is in our mind. It is in our thoughts. So what happens is that it doesn't come to paper. So now what I do is that I write it down. I strike out what is done. Next day in the session, I tell them, take from previous day whatever is needed, keep it, bring it to the new day. So going forward, what I'll do is that, see, some things you have to procrastinate. You have to leave it forward. So that is one way of doing it. So if I would tell it in one sentence, you have to be accountable. You need someone to make you accountable, basically, and for that you need to start it, and you have to have a habit with a discipline.
Okay.
Right, exactly why he started the morning routine, and now he is accountable, to others and himself, and he gets things done. Right, Divya.
Yes, that's it. So now I have no other option. I have announced for 100 days. Okay.
Now you have to do it.
So for 100 days, I'm going to do it. Now, after 21 days, I'll improve by myself. I
Right,
have my daily task. It is a basics of like procrastination, how to beat procrastination. And whoever comes, I don't tell them any advanced thing. I tell them just write task. And once you keep on writing, and when once you bring this to the next level, it improves. Then there are a lot of methodologies. In this 100 days, we'll be having like how to chunk it, how to dechunk it, how to use Pomodoro. There's a lot of mechanism which we can bring through, but I think it would be one day. So I think 8 topics of this entrepreneurship journey is more to how to enjoy procrastinating.
right. Enjoy it now. You'd soon break the habit. So, coming back to like you mentioned about triggers. Like sometimes we don't even know that we are procrastinating on something, right, Jyotika? So, have you had that experience?
Uh, if I look back at it, it's something that to think about, right? Good question, Jasir. I should go back and
Right.
think that what have I been doing procrastinating unknowingly? Probably I have. Um, it could be things like, doing the chores, which I put, I procrastinate, put it in the back burner, and unknowingly I'm not completing those tasks. It could be probably lack of time management because I'm not managing my time well. I mean, just to answer your question, that it happens that I probably have a lot of things. I overestimate the one day that I have, the 24 hours that I have, and probably have a lot of things. It is at that time things happen to me and I realize that, oh, I've not completed my task. Now, they may not necessarily be procrastinating, but probably inefficient time management, I could call that. So for me, procrastination has typically been when I really don't want to do a particular task, or I really have to break my head behind it. Then I tend to just keep on pushing it. So, and also I think when your thoughts are engaged with some preoccupied, and you're really occupied with some other thoughts, or you're in a very low state of mind, that is when you tend to procrastinate as well, because you tend to do a lot of things when you're in a very good state of mind. That's why in coaching they say that it's very important to be in a good state of mind. Maybe not always in the best state of mind, but good state of mind. When you are in a low state of mind, you tend to do things that may be adverse, that may really not put you in that high performance category. So that I have typically seen that for me, maybe when I'm in a low state of mind, I tend to procrastinate things as well. So thankfully, because of my coaching work that I do, I have these techniques where I get back into my high state of mind, at least in
Right,
5 to 10 minutes of time.
right. Prasida, what are your tips on identifying and then overcoming procrastination? Is there a step-by-step process, something that you advocate, or yeah?
Yeah. See, basically, I think many people, procrastinate just because of the limiting beliefs that they have about themselves, and basically as we grow up, we pick up so much of junk about ourselves from the way we are judged by others, that we kind of build some limiting beliefs about ourselves, and which are cemented somewhere in our subconscious, right? So and we try to judge ourselves based on the limits that we have put to ourselves. So first step would be here to identify the limiting beliefs, because we may be really good at doing some stuff, but then we feel that we are not. So and also second point is about knowing your own worth. No one, you shouldn't give your happiness and your worth in anybody else's hand, I believe, on a very personal note, because when people, it's not that you do your tasks and then you're a good person. It's not that it's not okay. If you take a working mom, for example, she does a working man, not women, man or women, especially I'm saying because I'm a working mom, and I take care of the kids stuff, I take care of the chores, and I know everything, and there could be some things that I not intentionally, but because of, as 24 hours wouldn't be sufficient, I could procrastinate. And what happens is, unknowingly, I carry that burden on my head. It's an irritating feeling that I carry, that, oh, I didn't do this, oh, I didn't do that. And if I really fall under the weight of that particular emotion, that it's really going to take my my happiness on a toll. So what I need to understand is, I may be good at A, B, C. I may be not good at D, but it's okay. I can find out ways that I can do D also. So it's about self awareness. It's about breaking your limiting beliefs, and it's about knowing that you are worthy, and knowing that you can do anything and everything.
So, coming to workplaces, like in an office setting, are there ways that you can encourage your peers, your staff, or your employees, basically, to be more productive and to identify these triggers, and sometimes it helps to speak up, right? So what are your tips on those?
Yeah, see, you have to identify the productivity drainers at a workplace. So it could be because of something that is happening with the person on a personal front, something that is happening because he is not comfortable working with the team or the manager or the culture of the workplace, so there are different aspects too. So what we can do is definitely, again, not I'm not advocating any kind of micromanagement, but then as a team leader or as a manager, you should be always aware of what's going on with the person, and if he's not working or not up to the mark, then what are the productivity trainers that could be identified so that we can help that person to reach to the potential. So it begins with a one-to-one session with a person. If you identify someone who is really not productive, it could be a one-to-one session. It could be not a formal one, but it could be a place where he could have that, feel safe and secure to open and express his emotions. So for that, I always advocate during my consultancy and training that psychological safety is something that is very, very important at workplaces. uh, Suppose there is no psychological safety, and suppose I have a feeling that I would be judged if I express my views on why I have been procrastinating this task, then I would definitely fear from not opening up. So definitely, as in workplaces, you should create an environment where everyone feels safe, everyone feels heard, everyone feels secure. So this, by building this platform and by coaching people, by identifying productivity trainers, you can definitely help control procrastination to a particular level. But for that, definitely you need to have a great culture. You need to have a great, sense of belonging at a workplace.
Yeah, and Jyotika, you've run a business with your husband for a long time. What were your what's your take on that? What were your methods?
To avoid procrastination.
Yeah, in the workplace, how do you encourage your employees?
Well, the thing is, first, obviously, they need to have a task list, right? They need to know what to. But what I have identified is sometimes if procrastination is used in moderation, it also helps. Obviously, you don't go overboard. That's not good for the organization. But if you have to understand that procrastination can also help you, and how can it help you? Is that if it is used in moderation, it gives you time to think. Sometimes we're
Right.
making our decisions in haste, so sometimes it gives you that creative space where you can be creative, you can give you can think and do your work with a bit of creativity as well. And obviously it helps your decision making. Yeah, you're able to make better decisions, because sometimes there's a tendency that when you're in business, you if you are impulsive, there is a tendency that you can make wrong decisions. So when you try to procrastinate, genuine procrastination, it's purposeful procrastination, you tend to make improved decisions, like you tend to make conscious decisions. Obviously there is a reduction in stress also, because each one has a different personality, and if I'm an impulsive decision maker, that adds to the stress that I have, and probably the way I communicate and way I deal with my staff may not be right. So I need to back off a little bit and take time to respond to anyone, rather than be impulsive. Take some time, that's where procrastination helps. Obviously, one more thing is, when people are perfect in what they do, they tend to overcommit themselves as well. So this the procrastination kind of helps you not to overcommit to things. So you take it easy, you take what is there, what you can do, the time that is allotted to you. And so there are certain benefits. Now I don't see that procrastination is really helpful if you do it overdo it. So you have to ensure you do it in moderation, you are conscious about what you're doing, and there are certain benefits. And for me, in the workplace, it has certainly helped, because this I have learned honestly from my husband, because he's a very calm and he doesn't really respond impulsively, so he takes time to respond. And this especially is required when you're an entrepreneur, that you do not give your answers immediately, and that's where procrastination sometimes helps.
Right, right. Okay, we must be really happy to hear that.
Right?
Well,
I,
I don't vouch for Kabir. I don't vouch for Kabir, all right?
thank you for that. So for me, I'll tell you. See, I wanted to build a discipline. Like, I'll speak Jasir. It's okay, right?
Definitely, definitely.
Thank you, Jasir. So I have someone in this listeners. Uh, so if they raise their hand, let's look whether they will raise their hand. So I wanted to break my procrastination.
Everyone is procrastinating today. No one's raising hands.
No one is raising their hands. So what I did was that, see, I wanted to get up at 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. So and because I train my startups, so I do all my works like planning and all 3 to 4 because I believe that that is the powerful time for me to do it. So I get a 1.5 hours there. So I wanted to make myself accountable. So anyone I speak, no one will get up at 4 o'clock, right? So one person, I gave my 5 minute as charity. I told, I'll give you free consultation if you come at 3:55, 3:55 to 4 o'clock. I'll give you daily. I'll give you my time, but you have to come at that time. After that, she blocked me. She stopped. Do you want to come up? You are in the audience now. Bafsa, raise your hand. I want to hear that experience. She's there in the audience. So one thing which I now I wake up. For me, it has become easy. So the first 21 days to break any habit is tough for anyone. So for me, I tried lot of things. So in that was giving out my hours for free for consultation, and I thought that it is their duty to wake me up, right? Then I thought they were better procrastinators than me. And
Right.
welcome to all the audience here, Rajesh, Shruti, Waspa, Moses, Kamesh, Aboymi. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. And wow, brave girl, come. She came up. So, Dr. Sujit Menon and Ali Hassan, uh, Olin Lasro, and Ashwini. Thanks for coming today. Mursa, like, now you knew why I gave you that time, 3:55 to 4. How
Are
was
you
it?
willing to take it up now?
No, I wanted to put that in. Like, see, I couldn't hire an. See, I wanted a habit coach. See, the best thing to overcome your procrastination is to get a habit coach. So I have a habit coach now. That's a different case. So I have Snehal with me. She handles my habit. The best thing is that buy your time so that get a coach for you. So now, if you don't have that, give your time for someone and give, like, I was ready to give my consultation for free on the other hand. So now let me hear it from Bafsa.
Puspa,
Bafsa,
yeah.
Hi, hi, good morning.
Morning, Puspa. Tell us what happened that day.
Actually, um,
she was a bit afraid to talk here. Huh? Don't worry, Bafsa. We will make you speak here. Come on.
okay.
Uh,
Actually, at that time, the time is not comfort for me.
okay. It is not a magic. 3:55. No one wakes up. By the way, no normal person wakes up.
Wasfa,
So I made.
I can totally share the sentiments with you because this is what he told me, and I vanished. I said, I don't want to talk to this guy who makes me wake up at 3 o'clock. I'm going to go mad. So, this is Kabir's tricks.
Now think about the 10 startups who are working with me, poor people. Everyone wakes up at 4 o'clock. So
A good
my
thing I'm
suggestion,
on Indian time zone, so
don't worry, it is coming for you. Okay, so sorry, I took a bit of a time. Please do continue.
Okay, so there's the other side to procrastination, right? So some people, I heard someone say before that hire the procrastinators, the lazy ones, because they find new ways of doing things. So, yeah, what's your take on that, Prasida, before we come to Dr. Sujit and Kabir again?
I didn't get you clear.
Like they say, this there's the other side of procrastination. There's this. Some people highlight a
Yeah,
positive side
yeah,
of it. So they say
yeah.
hire the lazy ones because they find of new ways, innovative ways of doing things because you know they procrastinate on their tasks. So what's your take
Well,
on that?
well, I don't advocate much, but again, yes, everything under limits is good. See, even at work, if you see, like you have procrastination and you have something called as a strategic delay as well. If I just to put an example, for example, I have a product or I have a service and I've been working on it, but if I am not letting it in the market just because of the fear about the product, then that would be procrastination for sure. Because I have a fear for the unknown and I don't know how the product would be, and I'm still, And one more thing, actually, I would like to add is the perfect people who are perfect, who are more into perfectionism, actually tend to procrastinate a lot because they want like A to Z, one, two, three, four, everything should be perfect, and then they release the product or then they try to take up the task. So, so if you are more into, more of a perfect person, then also you tend up to be it could be on a good note also, and it could be on a bad note also. And uh, and and the other thing, like, could be like, okay, I have a product or a service or a project ready, but I need to fine tune it, or uh, I need to be sure of the time that I release the particular product, or then that could be kind of, a delayed strategy. So there are of course, as Jyotika rightly said, you don't need to jump into things and make it more complicated or worse. Take your time to get the work done. Take your time to take the action. Take your time to know, the right is the gap between the intention and the action. You should know the right time between the intention and the action. If a prolonged time, then of course it's going to, again have adverse effects. So know your limits, know the impact, know the scope of the work that you're going to do, and then take decisions. So that would be better.
Right. Now, Dr. Sujit, glad to have you here again. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Jasir. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
So, procrastination, how do you beat it?
So for me, I think procrastination. I have two views on this. On a personal level, I think prioritizing things for the day comes from the home minister at the home. So that is what sets everything. All your tasks are secondary. What needs to be done at home and the family comes first. So that is one way I look at them. So once they are happy, your things can be juggled around. So when it comes to office, I think what needs to be done is to be clear and not have assumptions. So most of the things that go wrong in offices is that you assume somebody else is doing it, or you assume that that work is already done. So being very clear in terms of tasks, in terms of deliverables, and in terms of meetings, have action points, have deadlines, and some part of my day goes in following them up. So that way I think procrastination can be a lot avoided. Now once that has happened and you see a fault in one of the employee members, it's very important to handle it with care and ensure that it doesn't happen next time. So when you see excuses coming in, when you see delays happening in a particular thing, so it's understandable that that skill or that particular task cannot be completed by the person. So it's better to reallocate it to somebody and find some short term immediate remedy, but plan things for the long term as well. And
Right.
sometimes I think reminders are good, because and follow ups are very important. And sometimes it happens that the other person has not maintained his to do list, or has not prioritized that task that was allocated. So in my case, yeah, that's it. Just follow up and ensure that it doesn't repeat again. That's my 2 cents. Thank you, Jasir.
Thank you. There. Rajesh, your experience with procrastination. If you have any questions, go ahead.
Hello everyone. See, I'm not expert like you gentlemen here on the panel, but yeah, I have a different kind of perspective. See, you are said to be procrastinated when you are not delivered a task on time. Okay, so what I see, it's directly related to how motivated you are. Let it be anything. Once you are motivated, obviously, you know your priorities. You know what to set first, what to set second. And yeah, if you're motivated enough, you can organize yourself. So this is what I feel. And again, it's not only about procrastination. See, there is something called precrastination. I mean, if you're motivated enough, you do things before the deadline.
Right.
Leads to connects to motivation. If you're motivated enough, I think you can be good in what you're doing, and you won't be procrastinating much. This is what is my.
Right. Right. So, become a procrastinator. You mean?
Correct. Yes, exactly. I mean, certain things. Say you maybe you want to start uh, going for a job. Okay. Today is say Friday. You're decided. Okay, I want to start jogging from Monday. But if you're motivated enough, you'll start it from tomorrow. You don't
Right.
actually set a deadline. For a later stage. I mean, it's like you do it now.
Right. And what are your tips on staying motivated? Like, it's
No, yeah. Again, it depends on multiple factors. I mean, it depends on in different aspects of life. You get motivated by multiple things. So in personal life, it's something, but in professional life, it will be something else. Professional life, it will be mostly, uh, the feel of acknowledgement, recognition. Let it be monetary, or let it be what. Yeah, mainly it's monetary, and yeah, even if company acknowledges your hard work, then yeah, you feel important. So yeah, these kind of things actually help in terms of workplace.
okay. Prasita, how does that like? Is it possible to stay motivated um, and keep people motivated in workplaces? And what are the what are the things that leaders should um, do?
Yeah, see, keeping people motivated, if is really a big question or a big challenge that workplaces are actually facing. And it's not only about giving them some kind of trainings or having some leadership training. No, it's about, see, it again boils down to why you have started your company at the first place. What is the mission and vision of your workplace, and are your employees aligned to the mission and vision? Do their employees know that they find meaning and purpose to the job that they do? So if they are aligned to the meaning and purpose of the job that they do, if they know that they contribute to the everyday success of the organization, the everyday momentum of the organization, they automatically feel connected, and they automatically feel to do more and contribute more. So as Rajesh rightly said, it's about feeling appreciated. It's about a boss recognizing my hard work or my inputs, or hearing me out. Not only hard work, it's hearing me out. If employees, they are heard, they are seen, and they are valued and appreciated, then definitely they will go beyond their capacities to perform their job to the best of their abilities. So again, if you ask me why people procrastinate at their workplace, one fundamental reason would be there are no proper motivation, or there are no proper settings related to the recognition and appreciation of the employees. And again, it could be personal factors as well. But Motivation again is two types, as we all know, intrinsic and extrinsic. There are certain factors which internally keep us motivated. There are certain factors that helps us to be again, from the external thing to remain motivated. So it is. The responsibility of leaders in at the workplaces to move their employees, to scale up their employees, I would say, from motivated to inspired, so that they are inspired to do their job, so that they understand the impact of what they are doing. So again, motivation plays a huge role and can curb procrastination at workplace to a greater extent.
Right. Now Dr. Sujit is years, experience. He's been running educational consultancy firms in the region and very successful at it. So, how do you implement that in your organization to keep people motivated? Yeah, Dr. Sujit, if you're there. Okay. I think probably he's having some issues. Let's go to Kabir. Are there any tools or techniques that you use to stay motivated and help with your procrastination issues?
So, I'm a dreamer basically. So I dream a lot. For me, ideas keep popping up in head like gems chocolate. It keeps on coming. So the thing is that, see now, how do I keep myself motivated? How do I focus on what I have to do? So, like in 2019, I was 125 kg. Okay, I put up a strong regime. I did a 60-day proper walking morning routine, and I reduced 17.5 kg because I did it daily. I concentrated on my food. I would wake up early morning 3:20. I would go for a walk. So one like 5 to 7:30, I'll be there. I'll do my mindfulness. But after like 80, 90 days, 100 days, I was caught up with other thing. Then the problem was that it stopped. Then the corona came. I gained back to 130 kg. So in 2001, last I was 130 kg and I was not able to walk 600 meters. But I was motivated, right? So then I thought, okay, now I have to start. Then I started walking, and when I'm to something, I keep on doing it. Then I couldn't walk 600 meters. It would make my breathing heavy. Then I started with 600. It became 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. Last year, it took me. I put a discipline for almost 1 year, and I did my half marathon last year. And I reduced myself to 115 to 17 in between that. Okay, so now the thing is that after that again, I had a business problem in January. I had to close down my startup, like, or put my startup to sleep mode. Again, the problem came, and 2 3 months, because I was now for my 20 kilometers daily morning walk, I would do monthly 1 2 times. Even my son started doing it, and this year my plan was to do the full marathon, not running it but walking. And 10 kilometers was nothing for me. I used to walk, so 3:30 to 4 early morning I would wake up and go. But 3 months it took a toll on me since my business stopped. So again, I wanted to start it. I started it. Then I found out a coach basically. And with the coach, I started working. So now the thing is that I'm accountable to what I do. So they call me, and I have to report them daily. So this is one thing which works for me, and I think this is the same thing that works for most of them. If you see uh, any person who has been successful, if you see any take a billionaire, take a millionaire, take a celebrity, you could see the same thing. Everyone has procrastination, but when they are accountable to someone, they will be able to perfect what they are doing. Because Any point of time, if you write down what all is in your mind and what all you have to do, you will see that you have more tasks than you can think of. Then you need to know what you're going for, like where you're going to, what is that one ikigai you're looking at. So for my training now, how I take people is that I take them, I speak with them. So everyone will have 10, 20 goals. They'll have 10, 20 skills. So what I do with them is that I sit with them for a few days and identify what is that one best thing they can do so that they can reach their goals. So the advantage of making them do that is they it is being too small. Now, they're getting a very small thing. Then after that, I sit with them. I split down the whole day and I keep a proper chart and I bring big chunk for them of time. So any of my startups, when they commit, it's a 10-year program, by the way. So when they commit, it is like it's a very long cohort. I don't think there's a cohort for 10 years. So they have to commit 12 hours for 10 years. So first of all, everyone has this problem. Everyone has the problem of procrastination. So now the advantage when I work with them is I take the time, full time. I divide it to 8 hours for work, 4 hours for their well-being, 4 hours is their personal for their faith, family, friends, and 8 hours for sleep. This is a normal mechanism. But now what happens is that since they are accountable to me, I keep on asking this. And the other thing is that when you have a proper coach, and I have a habit coach who works for me, so they take care of them. So it is not like the next day they are going to change. So the in my coaching, there is one person who used to sleep at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and in his routine he had to wake up at 5 to do a session, 4 o'clock, and 5:30 he had to do a session. So it took him around 15 days, 21 days to overcome it. So it is like anyone can do. The problem is that we are all focused on too many things. The main objective, if you want to make money, now think you want to make $1 billion after 10 years. It'll be too complicated when you have 10 things. But if you have just one purpose and you're going behind one small purpose, it is very easy to schedule you down. So when I search a person for my cohort, this is one thing which I look. Are they ready to accept that 12 hours? Are they going to give me that accountability? Are they going to be accountable to me for that 12 hours? When they see progress. This is the basic thing. So try to get an accountability coach or a habit formation coach. If you get that, I think it will be very easy to solve. Apart from that, we are humans. We are tend to procrastinate unless and until we are robots. That's a small take on it.
Right. We have less than 5 minutes. Probably 3 minutes to be precise. So I'm going to ask for a parting notes from everyone. So for me, from my experience recently with Kabir and coaching me and all that, is that habit formation is the key to breaking, the procrastination. You get good habits, stack the habits. You have you form those good habits that helps with procrastination, that helps beat the bad procrastination, and having an accountability coach for that really helps. Jyotika, what's your take on that?
Well, I would say don't overwhelm yourself. Break your tasks into smaller steps and prioritize it. So if you think someone once wisely said that people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. So you can achieve a lot if you go slow. So prioritize your tasks, break your tasks into smaller steps, and do it one at a time. That's what I can say.
Thank you, Jyotika. Thank you so much. Rajesh, any parting words?
No, like I said before, I think the three major aspects what actually helps us to grow is one is to be keep motivated, always be motivated. Second thing is you have to set your priorities right, and third thing is you have to be organized So these are the three important factors which I feel can develop any human being.
Thank you, Raj. Dr. Sujat. Okay, what's for any parting thoughts? Any procrastinating? Okay, Prasida, let's hear it from you. Your parting words, and then we go back to Kibia.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just be nice and good to yourself. It's okay to procrastinate. It's okay to set things aside which you don't like to do, but understand the impact of what it would bring. Sit and face your fears or face your excuses and have a good amount of self awareness as to why you're procrastinating those things, and you set your goals. And I think one thing that will help in self motivation is to break it down to small tasks and enjoy the small wins, and once you from A to B, split it to like four pieces, and you reach point A, number one, you celebrate that small win, and then you reward yourself, and then it goes like you break it into four pieces. The four pieces are done, you reach a point B. So break it down to small tasks, enjoy those small wins, take life easy, and reward yourself. And one tip I would really love to say is, and which I am trying to use it in my life as well, is that make a list of things, your to-do list. Okay, and take out the most uncomfortable task from that list and try to do that the first thing in the day and see how your day goes. See how a kind of a winner you get yourself, and you have that motivation and that winner spirit for the whole of the day. So take out the most uncomfortable thing that you want to do and just get it.
Thank you so much, Prasida. Those are amazing tips. Thank you so much for joining us today. Kibia, back to you.
Well, let me say a few words before closing the session since I opened the session. I think, like Prasita said, all of us, let's take it as a reminder. Let's first read the book, Eat That Frog, that clearly talks about those tasks, those big or those tasks that we despise to be finished first before we touch upon the small ones. So, in conclusion, tackling procrastination is a journey towards personal growth and increased productivity. It's essential to remember that change takes time and setbacks are a natural part of the process. Adopt the strategies and techniques that we discussed today, such as setting clear goals, breaking tasks into manageable steps, and maintaining a positive mindset. This is definitely going to it will definitely help you achieve greater strides in your entrepreneurship journey. Remember that you have to take control of your time and make the most of every moment, because if you don't do that, then you know what will happen, because procrastination will take control of you. With determination and consistent effort, you can break free from the grip of procrastination and pave the way for more fulfilling and productive future. The whole objective of today's session was to help you overcome procrastination, and the day is today. Please start doing it. As you know, if you continue procrastinating, then your future may not be what you have set out to achieve. With that being said, thank you very much to all the speakers. Prasita Nair, thank you very much. Jasir, Rajesh, Balachandran, Vaspa, Dr. Sujit Menon, and I hope the session was really enjoyable, because it was indeed to me. Thank you to all the listeners who are here, who have given your precious time to us to listen to us for the last 1 hour. And please join us again tomorrow at 10 a.m. We come back again with another topic, another enriching proposition for you to improve in your entrepreneurial journey. With that being said, bye from our side and over to Kabir.
Before I would tell my parting message, Bafsa, tell a bye to all. Sometimes procrastination is more to our fears. Okay, I think he's not hearing me. Okay. Uh, with the I would like to tell when this is a journey, life is a journey, and when we go through our life, procrastination is an indispensable part of it. If we were robots, there wouldn't have been procrastination because there was no uncertainty and it had to work till the battery goes off. But it is very different for human beings because we have lot of scenarios, lot of things happening around us which are very uncertain. But kudos to those people who strategize that and come out of it and try to be disciplined. Being disciplined is an art. Being disciplined is an art which, when done at excellence, you will study how to procrastinate. So, is procrastination bad or is procrastination good? I leave it to you. But one thing is for sure, that is how you're going to take your discipline forward, how you're going to focus on what you do, and is that thing what you're doing makes you excited and are you passionate about that? Why do I wake up at 3? That the main reason is it is because of my dreams. It gives me that adrenaline rush when I wake up. If it was something that was not out of my passion, waking up at 3 would be a nightmare for me. It would have been a burden for me. So, whatever you do, find out that one ikigai or one purpose in life which you do over and over again is going to keep you excited. Is going to make, and how that comes in, you have to sit some time and understand what is that best thing you're going to do and which is going to make you enjoy. I tell you one thing, if you do what you like at, may it be a very small thing you may think, but whatever you want to make, money, fame, anything, will come behind that. So, as I always tell, dream big, aim high, start small. Start very small that you can easily focus on it. Start very small that you are very passionate to do it. Start very small that it is very easy for you to complete your task. And once you are an expert on that, try keeping that bricks one by one. And then you are there. You are making a scalable startup. With lots of dreams and lots of love, signing off PC Kabir from the 13th day of High Performance Entrepreneur series. Hope to see you all on all the days of the journey. Please do extend this message to your friends. I and my team is on a journey to reach 100 million startups, entrepreneurs, and solopreneurs all around the world. With lots of love, I'm calling off the session. In the count of 3, we'll have the session closed. Before that, I would love to tell thank you to Jodiga, Jasir, our guest, Prasida, and the speakers who came up today, Vafsa, Dr. Sujit Menon, and Rajesh Balachandran. And all other friends down there who listened us and have been here, Shemi CA, Moses, Olin, Ali Hassan, Monisha, Shabir, Abain, and Nishin. Thanks a lot. And the count of 3, I'll be closing the room. 3, 2, 1.